For years, Amazon's Fulfillment by Amazon program has been a platform that gives entrepreneurs and small business owners access to a vast customer base and a seemingly straightforward path to success. Amazon is the most visited shopping platform in the United States, with nearly 3 billion clicks a month, 200 million global Amazon Prime members, and about $400 billion in annual revenue. Amazon ships products to more than 130 countries, and it's the dominant online retailer in 28 countries. All these factors seem to make Amazon an essential, and to some brands mandatory place for sellers to reach customers. But as the market saturates and Amazon's policies and fees evolve, a pressing question arises: is selling on Amazon dead? The concept for Amazon FBA is straightforward. Sellers list their products on Amazon's platform and store their inventory in Amazon's warehouses. When a customer places an order, Amazon handles the packing, shipping, and customer service, simplifying the seller's process. This model allows entrepreneurs and small business owners to reach millions of customers without the hassle of managing the logistics of storage, delivery, and customer support. However, the reality of operating within Amazon's ecosystem can be more complex. Despite Amazon's desire to be the everything store, not every product can or should be sold on Amazon. There's a list of prohibited and restricted items that cannot be sold on Amazon or require special permission to sell. These include alcohol, tobacco products, and lottery and gambling products. Other products require unique customization or personalization. While Amazon makes it relatively easy for brands to do some pre-sale customization, such as printing t-shirts or signage, this capability is limited. More and more sellers use data and sophisticated algorithms to personalize offerings or to identify the exact match for a customer. But those high levels of personalization just aren't possible via Amazon. And some products are difficult or expensive to ship, which complicates any effort to sell online, regardless of the platform. If a company's product is especially large, heavy, or fragile, has a limited shelf life, or requires refrigeration, then shipping is challenging. And shipping via Amazon can be even more so. Amazon has built one of the world's most sophisticated and highest volume distribution networks, but dealing with non-standard items interferes with its goal of efficiency, and it changes accordingly. The cost of doing business through FBA has been on the rise. Amazon charges for storage space and fulfillment services, and these fees can add up quickly, especially for products that don't turn over quickly. FBA fees depend on the size and weight of your product. Currently, Amazon says its selling fees are 15% or less on most product categories, but that's just for the listing. It doesn't take into account all the other fees, like using Amazon's fulfillment program for shipping. Between FBA and referral fees, Amazon typically takes 30 to 40% of your product price. This pricing model means that costs can fluctuate, making it difficult for sellers to forecast expenses and profits accurately. Another major concern for brands selling on Amazon is competition. In any product category, the platform will offer products for many different sellers. Typically, consumers use the search page to find items, and a simple search for a product, such as jeans, leads to thousands of results. Even when consumers look for a specific branded item on Amazon, such as Levi's jeans, thousands of results appear, including many that are not the desired brand. Some of the brands may be legitimate, well-known labels, some may be Amazon's private label brands, and some may be counterfeit products or cheaper brands. Sellers rightly worry about their products appearing alongside items that aren't their own, which can immediately put shoppers into a comparison mindset. Adding to these challenges is the ever-present risk of policy changes by Amazon. Sellers must constantly adapt to new rules and guidelines, which can impact everything from product listings to profit margins. Amazon was a great marketplace for maybe the first or 12 years. At first, it was Amazon selling everything itself, and it was branded as the bookstore that's now an everything store. But quickly, they figured out that that's kind of impossible to be the one everything store, and they started to solicit small businesses to come and sell on the platform. The fees were low, but things started changing around the pandemic. The fees seller paid to Amazon slowly doubled. Many sellers started raising prices just to make a profit. And then Amazon started selling the exact same items, but cheaper. The result is that Amazon has slowly ended up seemingly being the priority seller on millions of items. There are hundreds of thousands of individual sellers who have a complicated relationship with the company. Amazon now faces a government lawsuit that could reshape its entire business, centered around Amazon's negative impact towards small business owners and consumers. The Federal Trade Commission and 17 states accuse Amazon of acting like a monopolist, abusing its size and its power to stay bigger and more powerful than other online stores. And the US representatives from Amazon have claimed that sellers who choose to pay the fees to Amazon do so because it's the best value around. And in this lies this inherent tension between Amazon and its sellers. Amazon is both the owner of the platform and a rival on the same platform. Amazon does not let sellers directly connect with shoppers. It sits in between, and it takes a cut of each sale. And then there's more. Amazon's also a big advertising business. A seller can pay to show up at the top of the search. So you might have the best beauty product, but if you don't pay, your listing can get buried. And the lawsuit alleges that the way Amazon treats sellers actually results in a worse experience for shoppers, including higher prices not only on Amazon, but actually across the internet. Amazon scours the web and checks if your beauty product is listed somewhere else on the internet for cheaper, for example, your own website. And if it is, your listing on Amazon actually gets demoted. Maybe it's now on page 4 of the search results. Maybe it doesn't have that yellow box that says buy now or add to cart. You might not get as many shoppers. So in this situation, it can become kind of a cycle where Amazon raises fees, sellers raise prices to cover those fees. On another website, sellers don't have to pay those fees, so they could keep prices lower, but they don't because that will get them demoted on the Amazon search, which they don't want to experience. So this could mean Amazon's fees are raising prices across the internet. Some might ask, if sellers are doing so poorly with Amazon's new fees, why not just leave the site? Sadly, it seems that Amazon is pretty much the only significant third-party marketplace that is well known amongst the average consumer. Amazon accounts for about 40 to 50% of online sales in America. Say, for example, someone dedicates years into figuring out the Amazon shipping system and using all these Amazon selling tools. Years later, at some point, they do the math, and it's not worth investing in some other website. And so this big question becomes, does Amazon stay big because it's simply better, or because it's done everything to stop other platforms from getting a toehold? Therefore, when making the Amazon decision, it's crucial to understand how competitive your product category is and where your brand falls with it. Brands with solid positioning may be able to break through the clutter and thrive on Amazon, but those without an established brand could struggle to turn a profit within the first year or two. There is some hope, as not all consumers see the brand itself as important. For example, some consumers don't care about which brand of shoe they buy, but as long as they're functional and the price is right. Other people care about their shoe brand but not their pens, and so forth. Over the past decade, more consumers have been willing to purchase unbranded or store-branded private label products in many categories, both online and in physical stores. On platforms such as Amazon, we see a phenomenon where many similar products are juxtaposed on one page and become a commodity in the minds of consumers. Shoppers are then encouraged to buy based on price and functionality, not on brand loyalty. The platform has also faced criticism over its returns policy. With FBA, Amazon handles fulfillment and customer service on the seller's behalf, including customer returns processing. Amazon operates by its own customer return policy when determining if the item in question is eligible for a return. As a seller, you have no control over whether a product is accepted as a return, even if it is clearly the buyer's fault that the product is damaged or defective. In most cases, customers can request returns within 30 days of receiving their order. But Amazon can, and does, make case-by-case exceptions and accept returns beyond that 30-day limit. Once the buyer requests a return and sends back the item, Amazon emails the seller, notifying them that they've initiated a return and deducted the order cost from the seller's account balance. If the item is damaged or in an unsellable condition, Amazon determines who caused the damage, either Amazon itself during fulfillment or the customer. If Amazon caused the damage to the product, you're reimbursed for the product return. However, if the customer or shipping carrier caused the damage to the product, Amazon will not reimburse you, and the product will be marked unsellable. This can often leave sellers at a disadvantage, absorbing the costs of returned products themselves. Another significant challenge for Amazon FBA sellers is the review purge. Amazon has been actively working to maintain the integrity of its review system, which is crucial for consumer trust. However, their efforts to weed out fraudulent and incentivized reviews have sometimes resulted in what many sellers describe as overzealous purges. During these purges, legitimate reviews are often removed alongside illegitimate ones, causing frustration and harm to the seller's reputation and sales. On the one hand, this crackdown on views helps preserve the platform's credibility, ensuring that customers are making informed purchasing decisions based on genuine feedback. On the other, it can inadvertently penalize honest sellers, stripping away hard-earned reviews that contribute significantly to their product's visibility and appeal. The impact of these review purges cannot be understated. For many customers on Amazon, reviews are a deciding factor in their purchasing choices. Losing a substantial number of positive reviews can lead to a direct decrease in sales, affecting the overall viability of the seller's business on the platform. The choice of whether to invest in Amazon FBA is far from straightforward. Being able to reach Amazon's immense customer base is undeniably powerful, but sellers must weigh the pros and cons carefully. The evolving nature of Amazon's marketplace, along with its intricate fee structure and competitive environment, requires a strategic approach and a clear understanding of one's business goals. For many, the question of whether to sell on Amazon is not just about immediate profits, but also about long-term brand positioning and sustainability. While Amazon offers an unmatched platform for visibility and sales, it also demands a high level of adaptability, financial insight, and a keen understanding of e-commerce dynamics that can be out of reach for less privileged sellers. So, is selling on Amazon dead? Maybe, but it's certainly evolving. And in this evolution lies both challenges and opportunities for third-party sellers. Selling on Amazon is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It remains a viable and potentially profitable avenue for many, but it's not without its challenges and pitfalls. Sellers need to approach Amazon with a well-thought-out strategy, keeping in mind their brand identity, product nature, and market positioning before hitching themselves to the Amazon wagon.